Honorable members, order. Order. Thank you very much. Let me start by apologizing to you for adjourning the sitting in the manner in which we did. All of us expected that by now we would be done with our work. However, in terms of the powers vested in me, I had to give rule number 77 because it allows me, in the event of a grave disorder at a meeting, that the presiding officer may adjourn the meeting or may suspend the proceedings for a period to be stated by him or her, which is what we have just done. Honorable members, I want to start by, before I'm going to allow parties to speak, and each party will have a minute. But I want to start by saying what happened here this morning is totally unacceptable. All of us as members of parliament, the first thing in your orientation or in your induction, whatever it is, the first thing you are taught, amongst others, is that this part at the center, where the mace is kept, is a sacred part of the chamber. You may not walk there for as long as the mace is there. You may not even cross the floor from the one side to the other for as long as the mace is there. Now, what happened this morning was totally unacceptable. And I mean unacceptable, honorable members. But allow me to give each party a minute to speak. And Honorable Tafeni, fact that I'm speaking with you present here, keep it in your mind, I haven't forgotten that I had asked you to leave the house. So once these parties have spoken because you decided to come back and you're occupying your seat, remember, you will still go out. Honorable the ANC Chief Whip.
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much. Indeed, you have practiced what is written in Rule 77, that when there is grave disorder, you can suspend the House. And we have fully supported your intervention. We met as political parties. I presided over the meeting, as I usually do when there is a Chief Whip's forum. We have agreed that on the order paper, there is one item, response by the President today here. And we are saying the President is going to respond in this chamber today at this hour. And whatever has happened in the previous session before adjournment must be investigated and proper steps must be taken. We cannot be taken for granted here as members of parliament. When we have agreed in the Chief Whip's Forum, we agreed in the NAPC on the procedures that parliament is going to undertake. And therefore, as the ANC, we are saying President is going to address here, because parties yesterday have raised their concerns, they've debated, they expect the President to respond. The South Africans are expecting the President to respond. And you cannot come here and talk about the charges that are nowhere to be found at this moment. When that time comes for charges, then it's a different game altogether. Now we want to proceed with the sitting. Thank you.
I thank you, Honorable Member from the ANC, the DA.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, members of Parliament. What we have seen today in this House can never happen again. Not only do we as Parliament deserve better, but the South African Republic deserves better. We are 400 representatives of almost 63 million people. 63 million people count on us to make their lives better every day. What we did today was a show of embarrassment that will cross the world, and we will be laughed at on the world spectrum. It can never happen again. To be a member of Parliament is an honour, and we should take that honour very seriously. I don't want to talk about what happened, because I think it's disgusting, and and I think that it can
Speaker.
be dealt with in an external forum. But what I appeal to everyone is for calm, for rationality, and for us to do
Speaker.
our work. So many people need our help.
Order, Speaker.
There's a point of order. However, Honorable Member, if I may remind you, I did say that when honorable members on the virtual platform raise a point of order, do so by raising your hand. The table assistants will see your hand on the system and will draw my attention to it.
Sorry about that.
Yes.
And thank you for indulging me. Speaker, can we please ask the Honorable Mazzoni to try to either speak with a shop steward voice or speak closer to the mic, because it looks like she's trying.
Okay. To the voice, closer to the mic. Thank you very much. Thank you, Honorable Malema. Honorable Mazon, sit down, Honorable Mazon.
Thank you.
In this instance, and then you speak to, closer to the mic. Thank you.
To be a member of parliament is a great honor. We all know this. 400 of us represent 63 million South Africans. We do not have the luxury of causing chaos, especially at a time where our country finds itself in the situation that it's in. Section 36 of the Constitution limits our rights, and it says that no one's rights may outweigh someone else's rights. My party and my party leader took part in the debate yesterday, and it is our constitutional right to hear the response of the President. The President has a constitutional right too to respond to what he was asked and messages that were sent to him yesterday. I ask that we hold the decorum of this House, that we start acting like the 400 representatives that the South Africans voted into public. And I would publicly like to thank the Democratic Alliance Caucus for being well behaved, and I'd like to thank every other member in Parliament who sat down, did not get involved in physical altercations, and I'd like to say that I hope going forward we never see this violence again. We've come from a violent background. Let us teach our children that violence is violence, and we only need to be an example of good governance and good behavior to children who are watching Parliament.
Thank you, Honorable Mazzoni.
Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Member from the EFF. In this case, it will be Honorable Shivambo from the virtual platform.
No, thank you very much, Speaker. Please beg my indulgence. I beg your indulgence so that we are able to hear each other clearly. Yesterday, the public protector of South Africa was suspended by a sitting president, and there is no conviction that has been passed by any competent.
Honorable Shivambo, I don't want us to fight. I don't want to.
I'm giving context. Please listen to what I'm saying.
No, you are
listen to what I'm saying.
out of order. We are now talking about what happened before we
I'm
left
giving
how
context.
we move forward.
I want to say, yes, the way forward that we're putting as the EFF is that the president, yes, he's not yet been convicted, but there are serious allegations against him. He must therefore not be permitted to speak here in this parliament. We did the same thing in the previous administration, and you know what have been the benefits of this decisive and necessary action. So Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa must not be allowed to speak today there. In the same way the public protector is suspended, he must step aside as well so that he can be able to answer to all these allegations of money laundering, of torturing women.
Thank
in
you
the
very
same
much,
way the parliamentary services did
You've
today.
made your
And
point.
Speaker, but you allowed the previous speaker to speak for 2 minutes. I was counting now.
No, it was 1 minute.
And then in conclusion,
you are
Speaker.
at minus 23 seconds now.
In conclusion, Speaker, we have opened a case against you as a speaker and the security rascals of Parliament who have assaulted our members who are currently in hospital. You are going to be held accountable for calling violence on members of Parliament. We're going to take action against you. In the same way, we were charged in Parliament for touching a white person. Now we're acquitted. You are going to be held accountable for instructing rascals to assault members of Parliament in a way that is unconstitutional. So that you must take note of. Okay. Cyril Ramaphosa must not speak today.
Thank you very much, Honorable Shivambo. You've made your point, and I've noted what you've just said to me.
And he's not going to speak,
And
that's Cyril.
may
What's
I
happening?
now invite the honorable member from the IFP?
Thank you very much, Honourable Speaker and Honourable President. I'm sorry I'm going to sit, but I think it's better that you can hear. Firstly, I believe that there are many platforms and fora where we could address some of the issues that are being raised here on the House.
Conformists are
by other
speaking.
members. And whether
Conformist.
Honourable Malema wants to call me a conformist or not, he's right. I am allowed to express myself on behalf of my political party. And as far as we are concerned, we have gathered here over the last 2 days to deal with Budget Vote 1. And we received the remarks by the President. There were remarks by all political party leaders, and we expect the President to respond to whatever was said yesterday. However, having said that, Honourable Chairperson, I think we also, as Chief Whips Forum, and we've agreed that we need to investigate some of the actions that took place in this House, the injuries that might have taken place to members of the Public Protection Order and to members of Parliament. And this is something we want to assure this House that's going to be done. And we believe as the IFP that the President should respond, and we want to listen to his response very, very carefully, notwithstanding the fact that other issues will be taken up as we proceed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, honorable member. Honorable
Speaker,
Freedom
sorry,
Front.
Speaker.
Freedom
Speaker,
Front.
sorry, before the next speaker, can you please ask the ICT to allow President Julius Malema to enter the platform? He's been put on hold.
Why is he out of the platform?
No, he had network issues. It was network issues, Speaker, so he's trying to log back in, but the ICT is not allowing him in. Please.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you
thank
very
you.
much. Honorable Malema did address me earlier on, but ICT, will you please make sure that he's back? Maybe he's cut off, but I don't think there's a deliberate decision which was taken for him to be out of the system. Honorable Mtlangwini.
Yeah, thanks, Speaker. I just wanted to correct you. It was not Honorable Malema for
Okay.
answer purposes. It was Honorable Vuyani. So
Okay.
can you just allow
sorry.
Honorable Malema to
The
come
voices, I'm sorry.
Yeah, thank you.
I really assumed it was him. Will you please allow Honorable Malema to come in? The Honorable Member of the FF.
Honourable Speaker, Honourable President, colleagues, this is Parliament. We are the members of the National Assembly, 400 of us, and in terms of the Constitution, we represent the people of South Africa. That is who we are. Each one of us represents 50,000 people out there, the electorate, and we should behave accordingly. That is a huge responsibility. Now, we may differ from each other in terms of political positions and points of view, but the Constitution clearly stipulates that the National Assembly is the highest legal authority on the national level in South Africa. And today we are busy with oversight, giving the President an opportunity to be responsible for his budget and also to do oversight and allow the President to reply. Whether we sit here until 9 o'clock tonight, the President will speak. That is the Constitution, and that is what is expected of all of us. When we became members of Parliament, we all swore an oath in terms of Schedule 2 of the Constitution, in which we all undertook to uphold the Constitution and the law of the Republic and to do our job in terms of the best of our ability. Some of us should do better. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Honorable FF. Honorable ACDP.
Thank
member.
you, Speaker. Speaker, the ACDP would like to agree with you that what happened